Good morning, students. Welcome back. I'm Sridevi, Head of Electrical and Electronics Engineering Section from the Department of Technical Education, Telangana. We are looking into the course Industrial Management and Entrepreneurship for final year diploma students. So far, we have covered 4 units, that is business management, personal management, inventory management, and financial management. We have started with the unit project management. Right, in that project management, which consists of this is the was for the project management, that various topics. Right, in this various topics, we have already seen about CPM and PERT, various tools for project management like CPM and PERT, and have solved few problems also on that. In the last session, we have looked into the concept of break-even analysis and touched upon what is quality and the concept of quality. Right, for my last session, I can just log on to this link given. Right, today we are looking into further deep concepts about quality. What is quality management systems and all. Right, the topics to be covered today are QMS, Quality Management Systems, what is quality policy, quality control, and quality circle. We'll also have a look at the concept of TQM, Total Quality Management. We'll also look at the principles of Kaizen, 5S, and Six Sigma. And also a brief note into the ISO 9000 series standards. What are their objectives of ISO, the advantages, the disadvantages, and the benefits of ISO 9000 series in detail. Right, going forward, we'll look what is QMS first. Right, QMS means Quality Management Systems. Right, in this quality management systems, whose aim is always, it's a continuous process, it's always for continuous improvement. Right, it is always aims for continuous improvement so that better quality products keep on coming. Right, it looks into this various aspects of the business or the manufacturing of any organization, or basically looks into the quality of the output of all the organizations. Right, it looks into a clear definition of their business process, a clarity about what they want to do, the specifications exactly, and also the clarity about the business. Also have to assign this the quality, have to pass on this quality standards and all to their managers, and they fix upon their managers' responsibility, and they look into their customers' focus. So managers always look into the customers' aspect of view so that they always want to keep their customers satisfied and happy. And resource management, service provisions, and they also monitor and measure the product, and always look into the customer's feedback and their satisfaction. So based on the customer's feedback and satisfaction, we always try to improve their product. So QMS looks into all these various aspects. Right? QMS is a set of business processes which are implemented to help an organization deliver the products which consistently achieve customer satisfaction. So the main aim is they want to have the customer satisfaction. So once the customers are satisfied, obviously their business will progress. Right? They can earn more profits. An effective system for managing quality translates an organization's purpose, right, and goals into policies and resources, which help every member of the organization adopt SOPs, standard operating procedures. So right from the top level management to the middle to the lower level and from to the workers, The orders will be passed on to implement SOPs, standard operating procedures, so that the workers will adhere to those principles, they abide by their principles and try to give a very standard product. So it's the manager's responsibility to pass on the orders to their workers and see to it that the work is done in a proper way and a quality product will be coming out. Right? So to obtain the quality product, the managers should see to it that there were skilled workers in the organization, and the raw material which they provide for the workman must be of good quality, and the machinery is not defective like that. So all the resources will be provided by the managers, and as I've just now told you, the standard operating procedures must be followed right from the lower stages, the subordinates, to the higher stage managers, higher level managers. Right? Uh, QMS, its main aim is like it will document what all the happenings in the organization, any defects, everything they document. They train their employees based on that, and there will be frequent audits, right? There will be frequent audits, and always the improvisation keeps on taking place. Right? So the guiding principle of QMS is a continuous improvement of business management by looking into all this. So for all these things, documentation important, training of the personnel is important, and audit in between is important, and improving. Quality management system is defined as a formalized system, right? That documents the process, it documents the process, procedures, and responsibilities. So everything will be documented for what are the responsibility of a level manager, what are the responsibility of a middle level manager, what is the responsibility of a supervisor, right? All these things will be documented. Similarly, the procedures, right? The process, everything will be documented. So once they document, they have to abide by those things. For So it is defined as a formalized system that documents processes, procedures, and responsibilities for achieving quality policies and objectives. Right? A QMS helps to coordinate and direct an organization's activities to meet customer and regulatory requirements and improve its effectiveness and efficiency on a continuous basis. Right? So there is nothing like perfect, so, right? So always there is a scope for improvement. So always based on that, based on the taste of the customers, based on the improvement in the technology, they keep on regulating their procedures. Right? Quality management basically looks into all these things like uh, change management, designer change management, QMS change management, risk review also they look at, right? These are all the settings they do it in their organizations. Until they feel that the management is not working properly, they design a process of changing management like that, or sometimes a rotational basis of management system they follow like this. And always look into the corrective and preventive actions. They eliminate non-conformities, QMS improvements, verify the effectiveness now and then. They fix the management responsibilities. They have the management reviews, inspection readiness, and internal audit. So internal audit will be there to look at uh, how the process is going on at each and every stage. And once there need be some correction, they do carry out it immediately. They also look at the resource planning, right? Resource planning, in infrastructure planning, work environment, everything they look into. Product surveillance will also be there. complaint handling, risk monitoring, vigilance, right? How they are handling the workmen or handling the project, handling the material and everything will be looked after by QMS. I've told you, risk management, input, outputs, verification, validation will be done at each and every stage of the process. So once the verification and validation is done, generally if at all there are some defects anywhere, they can be immediately corrected. Right? The process and production control also will be looked up by QMS. Customer requirements, supplier quality, identification and traceability, everything is looked up by quality management system, right? So that they come out with a good quality product and their objective of a good business will progress. Right. What are the benefits of QMS? Why do this? Everything will be documented, audited, tested, validated, all these things, right? All these things are a part of QMS. So, while doing all these works, what are the benefits an organization is going to achieve? Yes. Um, See, quality management, it is meeting the customer's requirement is a basic aim, which helps to instill confidence in the organization, in turn leading to more customers, more sales, and more repeated business will happen. So they'll have a mark in the market, right? They'll have a mark. So and so company is always provides a very good quality product. So the brand itself makes a lot, right? Once you're branded as if the company is branded as a quality that it supplies quality product, obviously it can if it can install the confidence in the customers, then what happens? There will be more and more customers, more and more sales, and more profits can be earned by the company, right? Its reputation will build up. Meeting the organization's requirement, which ensures compliance with regulations and provisions of products and services in most cost and resource efficient manner, creating a room for expansion, growth, and profit, right? Because they always look into from the customer's angle. Uh, so based on that, always there will be cost and resource efficient manner it will be carried out. Right? If you just look at the diagram, you can see quality management principle. The first and foremost is the customer's focus. So when the customers they focus is upon the customers satisfaction, then what happens in a company? All these things, good leadership qualities, engagement of people in a proper way, a right process approach, always improvement at each and every stage. uh, there is will be always, because everything will be recorded and audited, there will be always evidence based decision making and a very good relationship management will be there, right? Benefits, we have seen two benefits, we'll be seeing the other benefits now. Always defining, improve and controlling the process, right? We have see better process control, process improvement, improved product and service quality, increased productivity because there is good customer satisfaction, more number of sales will happen. So increased productivity will obviously happen. Increased legal certainty, simplified traceability of the process, easier initiation of employees, reduced cost because less number of wastages. Right? When the wastage is less, then obviously the cost will be reduced. If they are following a correct methodology, even then the cost will be, unnecessary cost will be reduced. Right? Increased customer satisfaction, secured cooperation know-how, right? And support for strategy and development, strengthened competitiveness. These are all can be uh, listed under the benefits of quality management system. Right? Reduced wastages, preventing mistakes, because there will be vigilance at each and every stage. Right? So mistakes will be prevented. Lowering the cost, because reduced wastages and proper methods will be followed, then cost will be lowered. Facilitating and identifying training opportunities, so that if at all there is new technology, or if for any precise operations, if at all the training is required for the employees, the organization sees to it that their employees or the workmen are sent for training, so that better quality product or better techniques can be implemented. Engaging staff, a skillful staff, they must know which person to be utilized in which department, like that they'll be analyzing the skills of the personnel and then engage the staff accordingly. Setting organizations wide direction, right? Communicating a readiness to produce consistent result. So communicating is a very important aspect, because workmen must feel free to communicate with his supervisor and to their managers, so that we'll be actually able to tell what are the problems occurring in the process. Then instantly there can be corrective measures taken up. Right? Different methods of QMS. There are various methods for QMS. Every business has its own unique set of products, goals, values, and beliefs. Quality management systems should embrace and reflect those differences. Right? To make this possible, there are many different types of quality management systems, each with their own set of advantages, disadvantages, and abilities. And some of the standard systems we'll see here. Standardized systems are any quality management system that follows a set of federal codes and regulations. Right? Even in our electrical engineering, we have to follow certain standards laid up by REC, right? Which will clearly tell us which wire to be used, what gauge of the wire should be used for the amount of the currents, right? And what are the insulation material which has to be used. So everything will be fixed, right? Everything for every like connection will have certain rules and regulations which need to be followed, right? These include your ISO certifications such as ISO 9000, 9001, ISO 13485, ISO 14000, 14001, ISO 14971, ISO 17025, ISO 22000, HACCP, DS16949, TL9000, AS900, CGXP21, CFR Part 11, QSR Title 21, Part 820. So all these things are various standardized systems which have a set of codes and regulations. So once a company obtains these certifications, it means that it has to abide by these rules and regulations, such that the quality of the product will be obtained. Organizations that attempt to follow these standards must meet all criteria and pass detailed audits. In some industries, it is a requirement, but in some it is. In others, it may provide specific benefits that appeal to the company's goals and overall objectives. Right? So whenever we want to buy any product, then we always look at its brand, right? So those particular, so we are happy only with certain brands, which implies like generally they will be certified. Say if you want to buy gold, always we look at hallmark certification, right? For any product, like for utensils you have certain marking, for clothing you will have certain marking, right? So these are all marked by the standardized systems, right? When we talk about our education system, even we abide by the rules and regulations given by various organizations, which will define the quality of education in the institutions. Right. So, for all technical educations, right, for polytechnics, right, for all the polytechnic colleges, engineering colleges, so for all technical education institutes, we have AICTE, All India Council for Technical Education, which frames the rules and regulations and sees to it that all the colleges or all the institutions which are under AICTE will abide by the rules and regulations defined by this AICTE. Right? It works to ensure quality through accreditation and formulates norms and standards. Right? So always it strives to ensure that the quality is achieved through accreditations and formulates norms and standards. You have various accreditations. You have NAC accreditation, NBA accreditation, like that. Also, it funds in priority areas, thus coordinating in management of technical education in the country. So, in our country, all the technical institutions must abide by the rules and regulations framed by AICTE. It undertakes programs of technical education, including training and research in engineering, town planning, applied arts and crafts, architecture, pharmacy, management, hotel management, catering technology, etc. at various levels. Also, ACT will inspect the colleges. Will inspect the colleges annually to see that whether the quality is maintained properly or not. Right. So inspection is a part of the ACT's duties, where they see to it that the colleges or the institutions follow the norms specified by ACT, and then only they will be allowed to carry over that course for the next year. Right? If at all it finds any institution is not up to the mark, is not maintaining the quality, then their registrations will be cancelled and then admissions will not be there in the following years. Right? And for medical related courses, they have Medical Council of India. For all technical education, we have AICTE. Similarly, for medical courses, we have MCI, Medical Council of India. Right? It aims to create uniform standards of higher education, higher qualifications of medicine, either MBBS or MD or MS, whatever it is, and recognition of medical qualification of India and abroad. Right? It always looks into the standards for higher education in terms of for all medical courses. Right? We have PCI, Pharmacy Council of India, which looks into the standards of the pharmaceutical companies and also the institutions which give those pharmacy courses. And Pharmacy Council of India regulates pharmacy education and its associated professions in India up to graduate level. Right? It also checks the academic training of institutions teaching pharmacy courses. To keep its records, PCI also maintains central register of pharmacists. Right? So generally, it's a rule that when we go to any medical shop, right, medical store, there must be a pharmacist. Only the pharmacist is allowed to sell medicines, right, in the pharmacy. So it looks into the registrations of all these pharmacists. Also, we have Dental Council of India, and we have NAC, as I've just now told you. That is an accreditation council, National Assessment and Accreditation Council. Right? It's an autonomous body established by University Grant Commission, UGC of India, to accredit and assess institutions providing higher education in the country. Right? It helps in conducting many workshops and seminars in accredited institutions. Right. We have MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, which is established in 1985. It formulates national policy on education and ensure its efficient implementation. Right. In addition to improving the quality of educational institutions in the country, it focuses especially on disadvantaged group, like poor, female, minorities, like that. So the focus is on the disadvantaged group, and they give special training and provisions and exemption of fees, something like that. MHRD also provides financial help to deserving students of deprived sections of society in the form of scholarships, subsidies, like that. It works with UNESCO, right? Foreign governments and universities um, to the education in India. Right? We have another education accreditation system also. What is that? NBA, National Board of Accreditation. Now that almost of all our polytechnics are going for NBA accreditation, where it looks into the quality of the colleges or the technical educations in our state, right? So it looks into the quality at each and every stage, like from infrastructure, quality of education, how many students are going for higher education, how many are placed in good organizations. It also looks into the marks obtained by the students, right? All these things. So there is a measure of quality at each and every stage in the colleges. So once the quality is met, and once the required number of points are obtained, then the colleges will be given the accreditation. So now that you are in diploma, will be surely going for, most of the students might go for jobs, and most of the students even might go for higher education, right? So while selecting a college, you must always see to it that whether the education provided in that particular institution is of quality or not, right? So you have to see where is the college accredited by NAC or NBA, like that. And your options must be, your priority for the colleges must be based on the quality of the college of the or the institution. Right? Right. Next, we look into what is a quality circle. See, quality circle. What can you assess from this figure? Quality circle means a group of people who sit together and discuss about various issues related to quality in the particular organization. Right. It consists. A quality circle is a participatory management technique that enlists the help of employees in solving problems related to their own jobs. So, in an organization, there may be number of processes going on. So, at each and every step, they just analyze what are the problems arising, and they sit together and have a discussion and see to it that right quality product employees. Quality circles are formed by employees working together in operation who meet at intervals, right, at frequent intervals to discuss the problems of quality, and also they devise a solution for improvements. Right? The concept of quality circle is based on respect for the human individual. As again is the traditional assumption based on suspicion or mistrust between management and its employees. So this mistrust between management and employees, the suspicion of the workman was a previous concept, right? As an age-old concept. Now everyone want to work with very good respect in an organization, with mutual cooperation, with respect to giving and taking respect, right? So quality circle will work to look into all these aspects. Generally, a quality circle, the minimum members will be 3 and the maximum will be 12. Have a look at the objectives of quality circles. To improve quality, productivity, safety, and cost reduction. To give chance to employees to use their wisdom and creativity. Right? Once they are given freedom, they can use their wisdom and creativity and can work on the quality. To encourage a team spirit, cohesive culture among different levels and sections of employees. To promote self and mutual development, including leadership quality. To fulfill the self-esteem and motivational needs of employees. And we have seen these things. What are self-esteem needs? What are motivational needs? We have seen Maslow's theory of motivation. Right? What are self-esteem needs? Right? Either for promotions or for wage hikes or giving the training or, to use their creativity, giving a scope to use their creativity. All these come under self-esteem and motivational needs. So quality circle will look into all these things to improve the quality of work life of employees as a whole. Right? These are all the objectives of quality circle: to improve quality, productivity, safety, and cost reduction. To give chance to employees to use their wisdom and creativity. To encourage team spirit, cohesive culture among different levels of sections of employees. To promote self and mutual development, including leadership quality. To fulfill the self-esteem and motivational needs of employees, and also to improve the quality of work life of employees. So once this is met, then obviously the employees get motivated to work and a quality product can be expected out of the production. Right. Now we look into what is TQM, Total Quality Management. Right, total. So how this total quality, what is TQM, how can this be obtained? Right. See, TQM looks into all these aspects: process thinking, customer satisfaction, total employee correlation, teamwork and quality chain, strategic and systematic approach, decisions based on the fact rather than assumptions, right? Continuous improvement, effective communication, training. So TQM looks into all these various aspects. TQM is a management approach. So we have total quality management. It's a management approach in which quality is emphasized throughout every aspect of business. The objective focuses on long-term development of quality product and services by breaking down each and individual process and activity to determine if it contributes or detracts from the company's productivity and quality goals. Deviant processes and functions are aligned with the company's goals. So everything must go in an order. If at all there is any deviation, they'll be aligned back to the company goals, values and beliefs through the development of flexible strategies. Right. Next we have CQI. All these things are will be focusing on the quality only. One continuous quality improvement. Right? Continuous improvement in the quality. Plan, have to implement the plan, check where the mistakes are occurring, then act accordingly. See, revise the procedures or see where the quality is going wrong and then plan accordingly. So this is continuous quality improvement, CQI. CQI is a quality system that is never satisfied. right? Because always it wants a continuous improvement in the quality. So it is a never ending process, right? It is a never satisfactory process. Always there is a scope for improvement. It focuses on continual and constant improvement, focuses less on the process and functions, and places more emphasis on the role that teams and individuals play in the road to quality. Rewards are an integral part of this quality management system. Its plan, do, check, act approach has been adapted to fit many industries and companies, including those that may not use CQI as their sole or a primary QMS. Right? Though they don't use CMI, but they see many organizations see to it that their quality is improved continuously. Right? The Six Sigma is also one of the CQI technique. Right? Its symbol is C. Its icon is like the Six Sigma. Right? Where they define exactly what any organization will define what exactly it has to do, measures the quality, analyzes, improves, and controls. Right? Six Sigma is a disciplined, data-driven approach and methodology that aims for perfection and quality. So there are many things actually. When we talk about quality, there are many things which combine, right? TQM, CQI, Six Sigma. We also talk about many things now as we proceed further. Six Sigma is a disciplined data-driven approach and methodology that aims for perfection in quality. It focuses on the process of improvement and reduction of deviation through the application of specifically outlined processes. Right? So there must not be any deviation, reduction in deviation through specifically outlined processes. It will always define what exactly they need. Measures. So is it as per our definition or not? Right? Analyze why are the things going wrong, if at all there is some deviation, why the things are going wrong, or how can we improve it. All these things they analyze and improve, and control the deviations, control the errors. Always try to control the errors. It is used by Six Sigma techniques. They are used by multi-million-dollar companies such as Motorola, GE. Aspiring Six Sigma business typically undergo intensive and specialized training process to learn how this works. So generally, they undergo lots of trainings. Right. Another more quality standard is 5S. 5S is a philosophy in a way of organizing and managing the workspace and workflow with the intent to improve efficiency by eliminating waste. It looks into less wastages, improving flow, and reducing process unreasonableness. Right? There must not be unreasonability in the process. They look into eliminating wastages and improving the flow of the work, and also reduce the process unreasonableness. The word 5S was generalized in 1918 manufacturing sector, right, and became famous in the sector. And 5S activities were set as one of the basis for TPS. Right. Total product services. Toyota product services in this 5S have become their point of concern. Right, service industries started using 5S in 1990s. What is 5S? First, they have to sort out, right? Sort out any differences. Then set the things, sort the things right in a proper order. Then set in order. Then shine, means even the look, appearance must be too good. standardize. So everything must be of particular standards and sustain. Right? Sustainability of quality must be there. Right? 5 years starts where first one is sorting, setting the things in an order, appearance, the shine, standardizing, and sustaining. So 5S is hub. So any company which will implement these 5S techniques, then there won't be any confusion or there won't be any haphazardness in the flow of the process. Right? The smooth process can be obtained. Now, finally, we'll be talking in detail about ISO 9000. ISO 9000, we always listen to this. On the products, we'll be seeing this mark, ISO 9000 mark. Right? So it is a set of international standards of QMS, quality management, that have become increasingly popular for large and small companies alike. For all the companies, generally they have this ISO 9000. Either it is a large company, medium company, or a small company, everyone will go for ISO standards. So it is an international standards which defines the quality of the product. The standards specify how management operations shall be conducted. ISO 9000's purpose is to ensure that suppliers design, create, and deliver products and services which meet predetermined standards. In other words, its goal is to prevent non-conformity. Okay? It is used both by manufacturing sector and also service sectors. It has been adopted by more than 100 nations as their national quality management or quality assurance standard. So almost all companies will go for ISO 9000. It's an international standard for all the sort of companies, for large companies, medium companies, and also small companies. It was first introduced in 1987 by ISO, International Standard Organization for Standards, in hope of establishing an international definition of the essential characteristics and language of quality system for all business, irrespective of industry or geographical location. So once this ISO 9000 has come into picture, once these standards were defined and introduced in the companies throughout the globe, for more than 100 companies throughout the globe, then the marketability has become easy. Marketing a product has become easy. Right? Because almost all the companies follow the same standards. Initially, it was almost exclusively by large companies, but by the mid-90s, increasing number of small and mid-sized companies have embraced this ISO 9000. Right? In fact, small and moderate-sized companies account for much of growth in ISO 9000 registration over the past several years. So what happened? There was a very good economic progress. There's more marketability, more exports and imports. So the increased involvement of small and mid-sized firms in seeking ISO attributes for several factors, right? Because many small businesses have decided to seek ISO 9000 certification because of their corporate customers, who began to insist on it as a method of ensuring that their suppliers were paying adequate attention on the quality. Some of the companies have pursued ISO 9000 in order to increase their chances of securing new business, improving their quality in the processes. Right? Generally, the elements of ISO are ISO 9000 quality management systems are, we have listed 20 requirements, clearly defining the management responsibility, right? Order entry, document and the data control. They have to document and at each and every stage. Product and data control, control of customer supplier products, process control, inspection and testing, control of inspection, measuring and testing the equipment, inspection and test status, control of non-conforming products, handling, storage, packaging, and delivery. Everything will be specified, right? For all these things, there will be standards given by ISO 9000. Internal quality audits, servicing, the quality system the company is following, the design control they are implementing. They also look into the purchasing aspects, how to purchase, from where to purchase. All these things will be standardized. We have norms for all these things. Product identification and tractability, corrective and preventive actions, control of quality records, training and statistical techniques. All these things must be maintained by the company, by any organization which is going for ISO 9000 certification. Right? So all these things must be well defined, must be well maintained, documented. Everything must be there to apply for ISO 9000 certification. Right? We'll look into the advantages of ISO 9000. Increased marketability. As I just now told you, it proves that the company is dedicated to providing quality to its customers. This benefits manifests itself not only to increased customer retention, but also increased customer acquisition and heightened ability to enter new markets. Reduced operational expenses. The company can take the appropriate steps to improve the process. Right? These improved efficiencies can help companies garner saving in both time and money. Right? So the cost of scrap, rework, returns, and the employee time spent analyzing and troubleshooting various products are all considerably reduced by initiating the discipline of ISO 9000, because everything has its own standards. Right? Better management control. The ISO 9000 registration process requires so much documentation and self-assessment that increases understanding of the company's overall direction and process. Right? Always, whenever they go for this certification, lots of documentation will be required. Always, they must give their self-assessments, how the company is working, at what quality it is maintaining. Everything must be provided, must be documented and then given for provided to the ISO 9000 people. Increased customer satisfaction. Right? By seeking and securing ISO 9000 certification, companies can provide their clients with the opportunity to tout their supplies' dedication to quality in their own business dealings. Right? Improved internal communication. Right? And improved customer service. Reduction in product liability risks. Attractiveness to inventors. All these things can be listed under the advantages of ISO 9000. Of course, these do have certain disadvantages. The basic disadvantages: owners and managers do not have an adequate understanding of ISO 9000. Actually, everyone must be aware of the standards of ISO 9000. So unless they have proper understanding about this, they cannot go for these standards. or for this certification. Most of the companies have less funding available. Therefore, companies are finding it difficult to adapt ISO systems because we have seen the requirements. There are 20 requirements, right? So, for a companies to adapt to all these things, it's really a difficult thing. I've just now told you everything has to be recorded. So, for all these document preparation for this registration, it's really a hectic task. So even for us, when our technical institutes are going for this NBA accreditation and accreditation, it's really a hectic task, documenting all the work for 3 consecutive years like that. So documentation is really a very huge workload. ISO 9000 registration process requires a long time. So generally, companies hesitate, few companies hesitate to go for that, but nowadays it has become a requirement for the product salability, marketability. So companies push themselves forward to meet the quality, and they are going for these sort of registrations or certifications. Right? So that's all about quality um, and concept of quality, and we have seen the various standards regarding to ISO, Sigma 6S, 6 Sigma and 5S, right? So meet you with one more, another more interesting topic on in the IME in our next class. Thank you for being with me. Thank you.